Welcome to episode 2 of our Places to Go Points and Miles Masterclass. You're probably leaving thousands of dollars in free travel on the table and don't even realize it. Pick the wrong credit card, you'll be stuck with lame cashback and miss out on first-class flights worth $10,000 or even more. Pick the right credit card, you'll be sipping champagne at 40,000 feet for free. This episode is your ultimate guide to the best credit cards for points and miles, the top travel credit cards in 2025. How to pick the right one for you, hidden perks banks don't want you to know about, and by the end, you'll know exactly which card to get to fly first class for free. Let's dive in. What makes a credit card great for travel? Before I break down the best cards, let's talk about what actually makes a card great for travel. A top-tier travel card should earn points or miles on every purchase, offer a big sign-up bonus worth at least one free flight, have valuable travel perks like lounge access and free check bags, transfer points to airlines and hotels for maximum value. A secret hack? Avoid credit cards that only give cash back. You'll never fly business class using 1% cash back. Think about it. If you put $3,000 of expenses every month on a credit card, that would only be $360 in cash back over the course of a year. But with points, that could be 2 or 3 flights. Now let's talk about the best cards you should get today. Want the best all-around travel card? Get the Chase Sapphire Reserve. Want the biggest travel perk? Get the Amex Platinum. The Chase Sapphire Reserve is the best premium travel card. This card has a $550 annual fee. Don't leave me yet. Let me tell you what you get for that. You get 3 times points on travel and dining, 5 times points on flights booked through the Chase Travel Portal, 10 times the points on hotels and car rentals booked through Chase Travel, 10 times the points on dining purchases through the Ultimate Rewards Portal, 10 times the points on Lyft rides, and you get 50% more value when redeeming through Chase Travel. You also get unlimited Priority Pass airport lounge access for you and up to 2 guests. A lot of other credit cards don't give you unlimited. They only give you so many passes per year, but the Sapphire Reserve gives you unlimited. You also get a $300 annual travel credit, so basically as you have travel expenses charged to your card, they'll refund those up to $300 for the year. Things like hotels and airfare, but they're actually pretty broad on what they consider travel. You'll also get your global entry or TSA PreCheck for free. And a little tip, don't do TSA PreCheck, get global entry. It includes TSA PreCheck. Because global entry and TSA PreCheck are for 5 years, let's just average that out to $20 per year. So you're getting a hard cost of $320 per year out of that $550 annual fee, leaving you with a real $220 hard cost. But most lounges have food and drink, and a few visits per year can easily offset that $220, not to mention the points that you're earning that are redeemable for miles. Remember, airport food's expensive. The sign-up bonus for this card is 60,000 points after spending $4,000 in 3 months. Next up is the American Express Platinum. This is the best card for luxury travel. Now, depending on how old you are, you might know this advertising from Amex.
You know me. Without my clarinet, a lot of people don't. That's one reason I need the American Express card. This machine's another. I put my card in here, punch my special number, and I can get up to $500 in American Express traveler's checks at major airports all around the country. After all, even the King of Swing can use some extra loot.
To apply for a card, call 800-528-8000.
The American Express card. Don't leave home without it.
Now, traveling abroad, you can definitely leave home without it because it's nearly impossible to find places that take American Express outside the US. But this is a really great card while you're in the US. Now, this one has a $695 annual fee. I know, I can hear you gasping right now. It too actually gets you a lot, technically more than the Chase Sapphire Reserve. It gets you 5 times the points on flights booked directly with airlines. You get access to 1,400 plus airport lounges worldwide. You get a $200 hotel credit when you book through Amex Travel. You get another $200 airline fee credit. You get a $199 Clear Plus credit. You also get a $200 Uber credit, and you also get $240 of digital entertainment credits that can be used for things like Disney Plus, ESPN Plus, Hulu, the New York Times, Peacock, and the Wall Street Journal. They also do a $155 Walmart Plus credit, which I think is very humorous because when I think of American Express Platinum, I don't think Walmart. But Amex also does the global entry and TSA PreCheck for free as well. If you take advantage of all these things, you're easily looking at $1,194 in credits. And that doesn't account for your lounge access or earning points. So that $695 is truly worth it. Now the sign-up bonus for this card is 80,000 points after spending $6,000 in 6 months. Then there's the Barclays Aviator Red, which is the best for American Airlines miles. And there's a rumor that this card might be going away. This one only has a $99 annual fee. And this one lets you earn 60,000 American Airlines miles after just one purchase. Yeah, just one purchase. $1. Go buy you a candy bar. You also get your first checked bag free on American Airlines flights. And you get preferred boarding on American Airlines flights. The sign-up bonus for this is 60,000 miles after paying the annual fee of $99. And that's a free flight to Europe in most cases. This one has a 0% introductory APR for the first 15 months. So if you needed to leave a balance on a card, you could do it on this one. You're not going to rack up a ton of points with this card. This card is great for getting that first 60,000 points and free check bags. You could easily ditch this card before the 12 months so you don't get another annual fee. And by the way, if you call them to cancel the card before your 12 months, they'll almost certainly waive the annual fee at least one time. And while we're at it, Citi also happens to have an American Airlines credit card. It also has a $99 annual fee, but this one is waived for the first year. And like the Barclays card, you can probably get it waived if you call to cancel before the 12-month anniversary date at least one time. This concept typically works on these lower annual fee cards, but don't expect this to work on the higher end cards with a $300 and up annual fee. The sign-up bonus for this card is 75,000 American Airlines miles after you've spent $3,500 in purchases within the first 4 months. You also get your first check bag free on all American Airlines flights, and you do get preferred boarding on American Airlines just like you do on the Barclays card. But this one gets you 2 times the points on gas purchases. Next up is the Capital One Venture X, and this one's just best for simplicity. Now this one has a $395 annual fee. This one gets you 10 times the points on hotels and rental cars booked through Capital One Travel, 5 times the points on flights and vacation rentals booked through Capital One Travel, 2 times the points on everything else. You get a $300 annual travel credit on all bookings made through Capital One Travel Portal. You get 10,000 bonus miles every account anniversary. You get lounge access with this one too, albeit not quite as good as the Chase Sapphire Reserve and Amex Platinum. This one has a sign-up bonus of 75,000 points after spending $4,000 in 3 months. Next up is the American Express Gold, and this one's best for groceries. Now this one has a $325 annual fee, and it's great because it gives you 4 times the points on groceries at supermarkets up to $25,000 per year. You get 4 times the points on restaurants up to $50,000 per year, 3 times the points on flights booked directly with airlines, 2 times the points on hotels booked through Amex Travel. You'll get access to 1,400 plus airport lounges worldwide. You get a $100 hotel credit for hotels booked 2 or more nights through the hotel collection on Amex Travel. You get a $120 dining credit at certain establishments. Think Grubhub, Cheesecake Factory, Wine.com, Five Guys. You also get a $120 Uber credit and an $84 Dunkin' Donut credit. Yeah, it's why we're fat in the US. If you take advantage of all these things, you're easily looking at $424 in credits. And that doesn't account for you earning points, like 4 times the points on groceries. So that $325 is worth it, I think, especially if you have a family. Just $1,000 in groceries per month would equate to 48,000 extra points per year. Their crappy cash value makes this alone worth more than the annual fee, but using those points wisely could get you a flight worth a few $1,000s. The sign-up bonus on this card is 60,000 points after spending $6,000 in 6 months. And by the way, leave in the comments how much you spend on groceries in a month. I'm really curious what our audience spends. Next up is the Chase Inc. Business Preferred, and this one is the best for business owners. This one has a $95 annual fee. This one gets you 3 times the point on travel, and this one gets you a 90,000 to sometimes 100,000 point sign-up bonus. It also gets you cell phone insurance, and this card actually gets you a free extended warranty on a lot of your purchases. Now this one has a sign-up bonus of anywhere from 90,000 to 100,000 points after you've spent $8,000 in 3 months. And the reason I say 90,000 to 100,000, every once in a while you see 100,000 promo, but most of the time it's 90,000. So honestly, if you see it for 90,000, just go get it. Next up is the Chase Sapphire Preferred, and this is the best starter card. This one has a $95 annual fee and is the Chase Sapphire Reserve's little brother. This one gets you 5 times the points on travel purchased through Chase Travel, 3 times the points on dining, select streaming services, and online groceries, 2 times the points on all other travel purchases. And this one gives you a little $50 hotel annual statement credit when booked through Chase Travel. It also gets you trip cancellation and lost luggage insurance. Now this one has a sign-up bonus of 60,000 points after spending $4,000 in 3 months. Still not sure which card to get? Well, here's a simple guide. Pick the Chase Sapphire Reserve if you want the best all-around card. Pick the Amex Platinum if you love luxury travel and lounges. Pick the Aviator Red if you want American Airlines Miles Fast. Pick the City Advantage if you spend a lot on gasoline. Pick the Venture X if you want easy flat rate rewards. Pick the Inc. Business Preferred if you own a business. Pick the Amex Gold if you spend a decent amount of money on groceries. And if you got all 8 of these cards, you'd be looking at $2,254 in annual fees, but you'd also be looking at a minimum of 465,000 points, but more realistically, probably 500 to 600,000 points. You'd also be looking at $2,368 in travel credits if you used every credit, which is $114 more than the annual fee totals. This doesn't count all of the discounts you would get, such as free check bags, free food and drinks and lounges, and more. An honorable mention is the Chase Amazon Prime with a 0 annual fee, but this is a cashback card rather than a points card. But you do earn 10% on rotating items and categories from Amazon and 5% on everything else from Amazon and Whole Paycheck. I mean Whole Foods. You know what I'm talking about. You do get 2% cash back on gas, but you're better off to use the Citi American Airlines card for 2 times points on gas. Now my suggestion, get 2 cards. One for earning points fast and one for premium travel perks. In 3 months, get 2 more. And in 3 months, get 2 more. And in 3 months, get the last 2. And don't forget to call Barclays and Citi to cancel your cards before your 12 months is up. And your reason? The annual fee is too much. That's the trigger for their retention department to extend to you a waived fee for the year. You probably won't get away with this for 2 years in a row. You can also try this with the Chase Inc. card and maybe even the Chase Sapphire Preferred. It may or may not work, but it will save you $95 on either or each if you try. All of these cards I've mentioned have no foreign transaction fees, while your average bank card does. Now, a heads up, there is something referred to as the Chase 524 rule. It's an unofficial but very real approval guideline used by Chase. Essentially, if you've opened 5 or more credit card accounts with any bank, not just Chase, within the past 24 months, you're likely to be denied for most Chase-issued credit cards. So you'll want to add this to your strategy when applying, making sure that you get your best chase cards first. Supposedly some business credit cards don't count against this, but otherwise it's an automatic denial by their system, even if you have a stellar credit score. All right, now that you know the best cards, here's what to do next. Step 1, pick the 1 or 2 best travel cards for you. Step 2, use the cards for all purchases to maximize your points. Step 3, track your points using something like Award Wallet or Seats.aero. And step 4, start booking free flights in, say, 3 to 6 months. Drop a comment below with which card you're getting, and I'll help you optimize your strategy. In the next episode, I'm breaking down how to redeem your points for maximum value. I'll show you how I booked a $12,000 first-class flight for just 85,000 points. Hit that like button, the subscribe, and the bell notification so you don't miss out on that next episode. And it really does help a small channel like mine out, and it doesn't cost you anything to do that. Until next time, have a great one.